Howdy partners, it's Multiplier, and today I'm going to do a review of my monitors, which are the Tannoy Reveal 601As. Had quite a lot of people asking me to review these, so I thought I'd do a review. And what's the best way to start a review than a good close-up? So yeah, here's a close-up of the middle bit, which is where most of the noise comes out of. So yeah, Tannoy Reveal 601As, pretty good. I got two of them, as you can see. Two's better than one, probably because it's twice as good as one. Also, it's easier to kind of plug the wires in when you have two. But I will probably get a third soon, just because an extra speaker is always good. And you'll probably put one in the middle, I think. So, but yeah, I got two. And yeah, pretty good speakers, to be honest, for entry-level speakers. Not that I really have much to compare them to, and not that it really matters what speakers you use, because fundamentally, they're all kind of the same. Let's be honest, apart from they look different. So these ones have cool little bits around the side that don't glow, which was quite disappointing. If you turn them on, your first thing you'll notice is, yeah, they don't glow, which is a bit of a letdown. So I was a bit like, oh, when I first found out. However, you got this little bit of blue down here, which is better than nothing. Lets you know they're turned on, and it means it looks a bit more like an alien spaceship whenever you've got an LED lighting up. So that's pretty sweet. And yeah, it comes with all sorts of cool stuff on the front to keep you excited. It's got a middle bit, a 6-inch middle bit. It's got a top bit for doing the top bits, and it's got a bottom bit for doing the bottom bit. So yeah, front firing bass port. I think they call it something like that, which is theoretically better for some reason. Probably something to do with bass getting trapped in the corners of the room or something like that. Don't really care, to be honest. It doesn't really matter because you can't mix bass in a normal sized room that isn't treated for crazy loads of money anyway, so who really cares about that? And it's got a top bit, which is made of some crazy material. I think it's made of something like gold. Probably not made of gold. It's made of black stuff, which is pretty good. I touched it once and it kind of went in, and then I thought I broke my speakers, so don't touch it. It might break. Yeah, it makes good high frequencies come out apparently, and then got a 6-inch tweeter here, so I did have a set of Rocket 5s, which the bass didn't go down very low. A bit, in fact, it didn't go anywhere near low enough, which made producing a bit difficult since you just couldn't hear any of the bass at all. So at least you can hear most of the bass with these, which is quite good for comparatively small speakers. What else is cool about them? We have a look. Let's have a look around the back. So we'll go around the back, and we got power cable, so you'll need one of those, otherwise it won't work. So yeah, they're powered monitors, don't need an amp, which makes life easy because you don't have to worry about getting one. It's got a power button, which is in relation to the power cable. It's got a switch that changes between 100 volts and whatever the European one is, so when you're kind of on your kind of excursions with David Baguetta to around the world, you can kind of always change that, bring these with you, maybe stick them in a backpack or something. Definitely fit. Got some screws, they kind of hold the back on. It's got something called HF trim, which I've no idea what that does, probably something to do with the high frequency trim. Best guess is they think you can use that to adjust the speakers to your room based on how much kind of high frequency reflections you get from the walls. So theoretically, you can kind of tweak them to your room. So it depends how much room treatment you've done. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. You get used to whatever speakers you have, as you would know if you have a brain. It's got a little volume knob, which changes the volume. Don't touch it, it'll break. Actually, just joking, it just changes the volume. And yeah, it's useful for changing the volume if for some strange reason you want to have different volumes coming out of different speakers. Can't think of any reason why. Maybe if they manufacture them differently, they might come out subtly different, but to be honest, nah, fuck it. It's got an Unbalanced Trs Input, which I haven't put a cable in. What I did is I went Balanced TRS into adapter that then converts it to XLR, which is a balanced input. And it's really important to have your cables balanced, otherwise these guys will topple over. And if they topple over, well, you just don't want them toppling over, basically. That should be obvious. So yeah, balanced cables, super important, stopping your monitors fall over. That's why I did it. So yeah, they're not wireless. Definitely need wires, and these wires should probably be plugged into your computer somewhere as well. Otherwise the sound won't go kind of into them and out the other end. So yeah, good stuff. I got them sat on Sin 7 audio pads. Got them because they look pretty cool and they had Pro in the title, if I remember correctly, which are better than the non-pros because they got Pro in it because I'm a professional. Yeah, they decouple the monitors from the desk, which in layman's terms just means stops the vibrations from these guys going into the table, and then you hearing the table vibrating, or then the table vibrating in the room, and it's just like, should be obvious. You want to separate the vibrations of the speaker, which is noise, from shaking the desk, otherwise that's going to fuck everything up, and you don't want that. So yeah, get some Sin 7. I just got them because they're the only ones on the website. Anything to decouple them, magazines will do the job just fine. But yeah, that's kind of those. Sound quality, good. I mean, they're entry level speakers at the end of the day. If you're going to spend £300 on a pair of monitors, personally, I think you're probably better off spending £300 on a good set of headphones. But it's. I mean, I personally prefer to produce on monitors and then kind of mix on headphones later, just because I don't like wearing headphones for ages. And yeah, it's kind of good to see a full, proper stereo image. Whereas you have to kind of learn what a stereo image should. You should have to learn what a good stereo image should sound like through a set of headphones, since it kind of works in your brain differently. So it's always good to have monitors. Yeah, probably want to put one on the left, one on the right, and then when you get the third one in the middle. Probably don't need 4, but if you were going to get a 4th one, I don't know, probably put it backwards. That'll cancel out the polarity of the sound waveoids. And yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool. Yeah, I had a set of Rocket 5s. They kept breaking. Literally went through about 3 or 4 of them in about a month. No, about 3 months. But I strongly suspect it was the shop that was selling me them, were trying to repair them, and then just screwed me over. So yeah, fuck that. So can't really use that as much of a case study because I only tried a few of them and I went through one dodgy shop. So yeah, but I mean, haven't had any problems at all with these guys. They've been pretty solid, and yeah, they kind of do the job. And fundamentally, it doesn't matter what speakers you choose. That's my conclusion of these reviews. Providing they're not completely useless. And these aren't completely useless. Therefore, you just get used to them. So learning your speakers, making sure they're placed well in your room, making sure you put up loads of this acoustic foam so you think you're in a professional studio always helps as well. Maybe pretend that you've got a proper bass trap. Just for aesthetic reasons, even though in reality, you know, it's not really going to trap fuck all. But yeah, it looks cool, right? It's part of it. Definitely part of it for sure, 100%. And yeah, they're pretty cool. I recommend them. They look pretty swish. Reference to Ralphio right there, if you're listening. Definitely. And yeah, about it really. They're cool. Not waterproof. Don't go swimming with them. And yeah, got to make sure you buy wires because they don't come with wires, so you need some wires. Otherwise, how does the computer know what to play through the speakery dudes? Should be obvious, right? Yeah, it's my review, Multiplier's review extraordinaire of Tannoy Reveal 601As. If you need me to review anything else I got loads of stuff. I got one of these, all sorts of cables, one of these, whole bunch of stuff. Got a Tractor S4, I can probably do a review of one of them as well. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Been Multiplier. Enjoy, and yeah, I welcome the flood of hate comments, so yeah, cheers.